Hello, welcome. This is chaotic crochet chatter. It is Friday the 18th of August. It is after 9 o'clock now in the evening. I was trying to do this a little bit earlier today, but I've had problems with my sound again. Yeah, so hey, I'm here. I've got it working, I think. I hope. We'll find out after. And I'm here. How are you? I have had a slightly off-putting, eventful couple of days, not in a good way. Yeah, so today from about lunchtime until just before 5 o'clock this afternoon, we've had no power, which isn't a huge deal. Obviously it made it quite tricky for my husband Kelvin to work. It meant that Ned and his friend who had come to play couldn't go on the PlayStation or watch YouTube or anything, which, you know, I had intended to let them do for part of the time that his friend was here. It meant we couldn't make cups of tea. Well, yeah, we got through it. It was fine. The boys did really well, actually. They've read comics and drawn pictures and actually played outside and that sort of thing, despite the rain. But yeah, it was just a bit, you forget how reliant you are on electricity these days until there suddenly isn't any. And I don't know how you're feeling about the weather, but today has been feeling very much like autumn is finally on the way, which makes me very, very happy. And that does mean that it's been pretty overcast all day, which is great for me, great for my eyes. But we haven't been able to put any lights on this afternoon, so it's been quite dark in the house. But hey, we've coped, and that was less eventful than yesterday, to be fair. Not wishing to be alarmist, but yesterday we had a small fire in the morning. We're all okay, the house is fine. We didn't even need to call the fire brigade or anything. Probably should have done, I think you're supposed to anyway, but we were fine. I don't really know how it happened. One of us must have somehow, don't know how, don't know when, haven't consciously been anywhere near it, but one of us must have knocked on the hob. We've got an electric hob, one of those. It's a glass topped one, but not an induction or anything, it's just a standard electric hob, and it gets really hot. I should hope, really, for cooking. Not so great when there's a wooden board sat on top of it. We have a big wooden board, it's probably about yay wide. We don't anymore, it's had to be thrown out, that sits on top just to provide a bit of extra worktop when we're not using the hob, which is most of the time. And yeah, we didn't realise we'd turned the hob on and it caught fire. And I mean, the good news is we know the smoke alarms work. But yeah, quite a scary morning. And then just to top it all off, it somehow happened again in the afternoon. There was nothing to catch fire on top that time. Again, we must have knocked it while we were in the kitchen getting tea ready. What did we have for tea yesterday? I can't even remember. It might have just been sandwiches and stuff, to be honest. So again, we didn't use the hob, but we must have knocked the controls for it somehow. And yeah, luckily there was nothing flammable, really flammable, on top. There was, however, a plastic chopping board on it that time, which is now a puddle of melted plastic. So yeah, the laughter, by the way, is because in hindsight it's quite funny because we're all okay. I wouldn't be laughing, obviously, if anybody had been hurt or there was any serious damage done. A lot of fire is not a laughing matter. but in hindsight, the relief of it makes me able to laugh about it. It's a coping mechanism that I have. But yeah, so the last couple of days have been a bit mad. Anyway, enough about that. Let's go back to the beginning a bit. As I said, this is Chaotic Crochet Chatter. I am Jenny. I am the face of Stitchcraft Gifts, a small business in North Yorkshire trying to sell handmade crocheted items, home decor mostly, bit of fashion accessories, that kind of thing. And this is my little space to show you what I'm working on, let you behind the scenes a bit, tell you about life in general. Yeah, and you can find me on Instagram, on Facebook, on Ko-fi, couple of other couple of other places. All the links will be, well, the main link that takes you to all the other links will be in the description. At the end I'll pop that in for you. I have got my trusty honey and lemon with me again because my throat is always a bit naff. So I'm going to have a quick sip and then we shall carry on. There we go. So, drop that. What have you been up to? Have you been up to anything fun? Have you got children at home at the moment? Are you in the middle of the summer holidays? We are. 2/3 of the way through now, thankfully. I do love Ned, I really do. I've said it before and I will say it until the day I die. He is the centre of my universe. But you forget, once they start going to school, how quiet the house is without them. And then when they're home again, how noisy it is all the time. And I have a limpet child. He is stuck to me, stuck here as much as possible throughout the day. Mummy, mummy, mummy. So it's quite tiring. But hey, I shouldn't complain. I have a wonderful healthy boy and he's gorgeous. But I'm going to complain anyway because it makes me feel better. So yeah, if you are also a parent with kids at home at the moment for the next 2 more weeks, if you're in the UK and in the same area as I am, we can do this, we can get through it. You have my sympathy. So yeah, what have we been up to? We have been up to nothing hugely exciting. We haven't been anywhere, we haven't had any holidays, but we've had plenty of play dates with friends. We've had some trips to the library. It's always good just to spend a little bit of time. And Ned loves reading, which is great. And there's I don't know if it's UK wide or if it's just around here. Let me know if you do. There's a summer reading challenge running throughout the holiday. Ned's finished it. He's done. We need to take his little booklet back in actually and get his last little set of stickers, and then he'll get given a certificate when he goes back to school in September, which is cool. On Wednesday, possibly, it might have been Wednesday, all the days are running into each other now, we went for a picnic with Ned's granny, it's Kelvin's mum, and his 2 cousins. It was really warm. Heat and sun are not my friends, but we had a nice time. Lovely to catch up with my mother-in-law. I see her fairly frequently, but it's always nice to have an extra little chat with her. We get on really well. And yeah, the boys are growing up. His cousins are 11 and 9 now, and it's just a bit mad. The older one's going to secondary school in September. Feels like yesterday that I'd fed him from a bottle and rocked him to sleep. Hey, it'll be Ned's turn in a few years. Let's not go there. Yeah, there's not a huge amount left to tell you about. We've been to the dentist. Yeah, fascinating, obviously. Oh, one of my friends got married. A friend from school. That was the main thing. Last Friday, a week ago today. That's gone fast. Yeah, one of my friends from school, who I'm not in touch with many people from high school anymore, but I am with him. A bit, not loads, we're not close, but it was lovely to be invited. I only went to the ceremony and then stayed for the big group picture at the end, and the confetti throwing. But yeah, they had a really lovely day. The music for before the ceremony, while we were all waiting for the bride to turn up, was a harpist playing an instrumental version of the Nightwish album track, well, some of the tracks from the Nightwish album. Is it Endless Forms Most Beautiful, I think it's called, which was just incredible. It took me a minute to realise what it was, but it was perfect. Really, really well done. And as soon as I knew what it was, I was like, yeah, it's instantly recognisable once you know. And yeah, it suits my friend down to the ground, and I'm assuming the bride was also happy. I don't know her very well, but I assume she got a say. Probably her choice, really. And she looked absolutely stunning. Yeah, my friend scrubbed up alright too, but the bride was stunning. Absolutely radiant. And it was a lovely, lovely day. And the only other thing really to say that isn't crochet related, which I know you want me to crack on with the crochet stuff, don't you? But one more thing. If you've watched the last episode, you'll know that I nearly lost my voice a couple of weeks ago. I thought it was just the result of a very good night out drinking with my friend. That is what I assumed it was. I hadn't felt unwell at all, apart from the hangover. But I had had a sore throat for a couple of days before, and went out on the Thursday night, lost my voice almost on the Friday, got through this. Saturday we went looking for a new sofa, and by the end of the day I felt dreadful. And then Sunday I felt even worse. And then the Monday I felt really bad, and it took a few days, and I've had something, it wasn't COVID, I don't know what it was. It just really, really knocked me back, and it probably took about a week to fully recover from it. And obviously Kelvin then caught it from me just as I was getting better. He's now got an ear infection, which he's been given antibiotics for, and he's getting over. But yeah, it's been a bit mad. Ned's been mostly okay, but a bit under the weather, so I think he has caught it too and just dealt better with it than we did. He's young and healthy. Yeah, so it's been a tricky couple of weeks, and because of that I haven't actually got a huge amount to show you today. I will crack on with the crochet. Just before I do, well, I'm going to go through my goals actually. I'm going to go through the goals that I set last time, and tell you how I've got on with those. One of them was to make sleeves for one of my summer dresses. It's a pink dress. I'm not wearing it. I said I hoped to get it done and be wearing it. I haven't finished it. I'm about halfway done, I think. So I thought I'd wear this top instead, which has got crochet sleeves, which I made last summer, I think it must have been. Yeah, early summer. I had it done before my mum's birthday last year, and that's in July, so June-ish. And yeah, it's just a sleeveless top that I've had for ages that I really like wearing. I'll stand up a little bit, but not all the way, just so you can see a bit more of it. There we go, got lovely embroidery detail on it, slightly shaped bodice, blah blah blah. But because it's sleeveless, I wasn't wearing it very much. I don't like having my arms out, and so it was either not wear it or wear it with a cardigan, and in summer that just gets a bit warm, even with a lightweight one. I need a bit more air movement. And so yeah, I crochet sleeves, and there's no pattern, I just did it as I went. It's just UK treble crochet stitches. There we go, you see a bit better. And there's solid bands and then kind of mesh-ish bands crocheted on under all the hair. Just crocheted onto the straps. And then the cuff, can I show you? There we go. I just got a bit of elastic, tied it into the circumference that I needed, and then crocheted over it just to go all the way around and attach it in. I can't remember which yarn I used. I know it was from Hobbii. But I knew it was a variegated one because you see this arm, I hope you can tell in the light, is pretty much all black, more or less. And then this arm, if you get towards the cuff, can you tell it's red down the bottom? It just adds a little bit of interest that I like. It's a talking point. So yeah, I didn't get the dress done, but I thought I'd wear this anyway. Hopefully I'll have the dress done for next time, but I'll discuss that at the end. What were the other goals that I set? Lindsay's bag. I'm going to move this way because I can't show you the bag because Lindsay's got it. My friend Lindsay, who I was making a bag for that I showed you last time. So I shall put some pictures here because it is all finished. She's very, very happy with it. In fact, I won't put the pictures here yet. I've moved for no reason because I'm going to talk about it more in a minute. But I have finished it and she's happy. And then I've also finished the strawberry shortcake make-along, my submission for that. Again, well, I'll show you that in a minute. We'll go over it some more. And what else did I say I was going to do? Oh, the blanket stitch shawl that I've got. I'll show you all these things properly in more detail in a minute. I said I was going to do 4 inches. I've done 5. So I've smashed that one. Happy with that. I've done 1 sleeve for the dress, so I'm not finished, but I'm halfway there. I have bought the yarn for the Yoshi from Mario Brothers, Super Mario, whatever, that Ned wants. I've got the yarn. I haven't started making it, but I have got it. And I have also got the yarn for the Christmas jumper that I want to make, which I will show you. Not all of it. I'm going to do a proper unboxing video, and I'll go into the yarn in much more detail when I actually have started the Christmas jumper. But I have bought it. I have chosen it. I'm going to show you a single skein. It is Yarn Smith's Create Aran. The colour is called Claret Red. It's very me. Anyone, that kind of red. Anyone who knows me, there it is. I've got it upside down. There you can see the label. Yeah, it's a really lovely colour. I don't know how well. It's maybe a little bit purpley on the screen. It's a bit redder in real life. But again, you know me, I'm not very good at colours because of my eyesight. But yeah, it's my kind of red, very much on the, it's not a bright red, it's a nice deep one at the cool end of the red spectrum, which is the kind of red I love. So got a bunch of that, and it's really soft, much softer than what do I normally use? Stitchcraft Special DK I would normally go for, or in this case Aran, because that's what I need for the pattern. And I think this is a bit softer. Not that I've got anything against the Stitchcraft yarn, it's always been my go-to, but lately I've been experimenting with other acrylic yarns, and this is nice, I like it. So that's that, and yes, I will do a proper unboxing at some point. Now the goals I haven't got to, I still haven't listed anything in my shop. I'm going to, that's back on my goals for next time. So I'll tell you more about that at the end. And I haven't done any hexagons for the big hippie flower blanket from Crochet Society. That might have to fall by the wayside for a bit. We'll see. We'll see. And I still haven't written up the notes for my friend Lindsay about how to make a pumpkin. So again, that's going back on the list because I must do that. I've promised her I will. So, all in all, it's not bad, I think. I think I've done more than half of what I set out to do, which is, you know, that's not bad going, really. And I've tweaked things a bit. Like I said, I'll go over the next set of goals at the end. Tweak things a little bit for next time. So I will now tell you about what have I got written down. This is oh so natural, but hey, look how organised I am. Notes and everything. Strawberry Shortcake MAL. Make Along. Here it is. In here you will have probably, if you follow me on Instagram already, you'll have seen this. I think it went up yesterday because that's when I finished it, or did I finish it the night before? Recently anyway. Drops Muskat cotton yarn in red. And where's the other one? Where's the other one? There's some more yarn in here somewhere. Apple green, which are lovely, lovely colours. And I've got some strawberry fabric for the lining from Amazon, which is really, really cute. And I got a little zip off Amazon, and I have made this little purse. It's only dinky. It's what? It's my hand, backhand sized. It's got a little zip on the top, so I can unzip, pop a few bits in. Can't really see the lining because the opening's really small, but it is in there, I promise. And yeah, it kind of looks like a load of little strawberries all stick together, which is really, really cute. The pattern is, again, I'll put all this in the description, but it's from crazypatterns.net, which is a website I hadn't used before. Seems to be a perfectly good website. Where can I hold this? Hold this like that. There we go, so you can still see it. I told you about the yarn. I used a 4mm hook, and I got the zip and the fabric from Amazon. This is for the strawberry, I've gone too far, strawberry shortcake make along. Can you tell I'm still not used to being on camera? Yeah, the strawberry shortcake make along, which is being run by Ali from Little Drops of Wonderful on YouTube. I think she's Starry Eyes Ali on Instagram. I think it finishes tomorrow actually, so we're done now pretty much. But hey, if you've got time to whip something up, go for it. It's a really, really broad spec. She's just suggested that you make something inspired by summer sweet treats, fruit, you know, strawberries, anything kind of summery really. And it's been really fun trying to come up with something, find an idea. I didn't have many ideas at all, so I just searched for strawberry patterns and I found this. It's not an exact replica of the pattern, I have tweaked things a bit, but the strawberry bits, that's directly from. And I've already got actually ideas, I've been inspired to make a better version of this. This is a little bit rough and ready. I think I am going at some point in the near future to get my sewing machine out. It's been away for years, literally years. I don't think I've touched it since well before Ned was born, other than to move it from one storage location to another. It's now in a corner over there in the craft room, buried behind a load of boxes. But yeah, I'm going to get it back out. I'm going to have a practice so that I can machine sew linings instead of doing it by hand. Machine sew zips on because it will speed things up a lot and probably be a lot neater as well. This is safe because you can't really see any of the seams, and once you do get inside, it's a bit baggy, but I think it's alright. And I'm only going to keep this for me anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Sorry, no, it went weird. Yes, so I'm going to make, I think, a bigger, possibly, certainly better version of this. And then I might experiment with different fruits, maybe. I'm thinking black currants, blackberries, raspberries. What else? What other fruits would work? Berries mostly, isn't it? Grapes maybe. I'm not sure how I'd do grapes. I couldn't really get a vine going. But hey, I'll think of something. I'll have a little play. Where did I put the bag? Down here. I'll pop that away again. Yeah, it's been really fun. And I'm hoping that I will get selected for one of the prizes. But hey, even if I don't, it was nice. Nice little project to do. It's only took me Well, it took me about 3.5 hours, but an hour and a half of that was sewing the lining. So I'm really hopelessly slow. So yeah, it was quite a quick little project, which was nice because I've had a lot of big things lately, and it's nice to have something small just to break things up a bit. I like this mug, by the way. My uncle gave me this when I first moved out of home. I thought it was really sweet. Okay, what is next on the list? We have got next Lindsay's bag. So this is where I am going to move, this way. And this time I will put some pictures here. So this is the bag that I've made for my friend Lindsay, so that she could take it away with her last weekend to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. She asked specifically for it. She said, well, she wanted a specific shape, and I asked what colour, and she said blues and purples. So thankfully I have quite often quite a bit of blue and purple yarn, and as it happened I had a lot of the yarn that I ended up using, Hobbii Friends Cotton 8/8 in Black Currant, which is the purple, and Denim, which is the blue. I've still got loads left actually. I think I used, I've not written it down on here, I think I used a skein and a half, 2 skeins, maybe just edging into the third one, and they're only 50 grams each of each colour, so somewhere between 4 and 6 altogether, which isn't a lot really. That's what maths, 50, 100, 300 grams, which, considering it was a mosaic crochet pattern, and I think mosaic is quite a yarn eater, I think that's not bad at all, especially because the bag is about that wide, I think, and about that tall, with a flap over the front. I didn't make the strap, I ended up running out of time, otherwise I would have done. So I bought a strap off Amazon. The shape of the bag and the flap were, I made those up myself, that's self-drafted, but the leafy pattern on it, that's from the foliage pattern by Sixel Design. And again, it was a lovely project to do. I know Lindsay really well, we have quite similar tastes, so all the way through it I knew she was going to like it. You know, I was pretty confident from the beginning. Normally halfway through a project I'll get a moment of self-doubt, which sometimes is longer than a moment and lasts for the rest of the project. But I didn't get that with this one. I was confident all the way through, which was a really lovely feeling. And yeah, the look on her face when she picked it up, she was blown away, which is just, it's the best feeling in the world when you make your friends happy, isn't it? And yeah, I, you know, take the opportunity to say, I don't just make things for friends, you know. If you want anything, you know where I am, you know how to get in touch with me. Send me your ideas, I will have a go at anything. And if I do say so myself, I'm pretty good. So send me your ideas and I shall make them. So that's that. Sorry I can't show you it in person, but Lindsay's got it at her house, so I'll put the pictures, well, hopefully you've seen them by now. Over here, there should be some lovely pictures. Next is, what have I written there? Oh, the sleeve. I couldn't read that then. Yeah, the sleeves for my dress. Shall I show you the dress as well, actually? I've got it all in my lovely Lima bag from the Yorkshire Wildlife Park when we went a few weeks ago. Because it's a lovely big bag, so it all fits. That is the completed sleeve, and that's the one I've started, and that's a whole load of other stuff that I swear is useful. And this is the dress here. So I won't show it all because it's massive, but you know, it's a big full-length maxi summer dress. Hold it up like that. It's kind of, you know, that sort of neckline, and it's big and long and pink and fabulous. And it's got pockets. It's got pockets. But it's sleeveless. It's the one thing I don't like about it. other than that, it is honestly, it's a really lovely dress. It was from Joe Brown's, if you know of that particular retailer, designer, place that sells dresses. Which I buy quite a lot of clothes from actually. I don't think this was from them, but I've got quite a few things that are. So here is, it's not attached to the dress yet, I haven't done that bit because I want to get them both done and ready. Which way up do I go? This way up. You probably, because I've seamed it together, don't know how well you'll be able to see the pattern, but the colours, look, are lovely. We've got, the yarn is by Go Handmade, which I don't know if you get it from other places. I get it from Hobbii, of course, because that's where I get most of my yarn from. That or Wool Warehouse. Those are my two main places. And it's by Go Handmade. It's their Tencel Bamboo mix, and it is, look at the drape on that. Look at how it moves. It's beautiful. It's a bit of a pain to work with because it's very, very slippery. Very, very slippery. Where am I? I'm here. There we go. But it moves so well. It feels so smooth. It does split a bit when you're working. I'm not going to zoom in to it, but there are a few places where you can tell that the yarn is split while I was working, and it's got a bit knotted up. And yeah, I've got two colours. I can't really tell which way around they are, but you'll be able to see. Bring it closer, bring it that way. I'll go that way. There we go. There's a blue, which is I think just called blue. Yes, it is. And then the purple that is called Dark Lavender. And I've used 3.5 mil hook for it. I think it was recommended between 3 and 4, so split the difference. And I'm going to struggle to show you like this. Which way up are they? That way. But I've self-drafted a filet crochet pattern, which is big hearts. Can you tell? Well, there we go. If I hold it like that, there we go. You can see the heart there, just above my right ear. Behind me, can you kind of see? You can sort of see it, can't you? Stop stretching it. There we go. Nice big hearts. And there's 4 all the way around. And then 3 repeats? Yeah, 3 repeats, top to bottom. Not quite sure if they're long enough yet. But they'll attach to the dress like so. And you know what? Let's do it properly, shall we? Like that. So they'll attach up there at the shoulder, and then I might just leave them as they are. I might make them a little bit longer because I do like a proper sort of just below the elbow 3/4 length sleeve. I don't know whether I might leave them loose or I might cinch them in like I have with this top. What do you think? I haven't decided. I think I'll get them attached to the dress and then we'll see how we go. But yeah, that's the complete one. Just needs attaching and then deciding what to do with the rest of it. And then here's what I've done so far. Of the second one, not very much. But I have at least started it. I got distracted. I'll tell you why in a minute. So that's the purple, the dark lavender. And I know that because I know that's the colour I start with on each sleeve. And yeah, it starts off worked as a flat piece and then seamed together, and then I'll attach each sleeve to the dress, finish it off, hopefully by next time, and then you can see it in all its glory. Well, I say glory, on me. I think that's everything to say about the dress. I think I've told you all the important details. If you think I've missed anything, let me know and I'll tell you more. That's that. And next on my list we've got the blanket stitch shawl, which I did really well on. Like I said at the beginning, I had set a goal of 4 inches. Sorry, this bag's really noisy. And I ended up doing 5. So that's the gorgeous yarn that I'm working from. I'm not going to go into loads of detail about this because I've spoken about it before, but I will put all the notes in the description as I always do. And as I said, which edge have I done it on? Which edge have I done it on? I've put a marker in, I've left the marker in where I stopped before. There we go. Let's see. Can you see? There, the marker there. It's just a boring bulb marker. And then I've done that edge, and that is just 5 inches. Look at those colours, they show it really well. The colourway I'm working from at the moment is called Nighttime Bubbles, I believe, which is lovely. Don't get tangled up in the yarn, and it is taking shape. Oh, that's almost long enough actually. It's almost long enough. I'd like it a bit longer. I'd like to be able to sort of do that and then fling it over my shoulder in a dramatic way. So it needs to be a bit longer, but I think by the time I finish all of that, there's loads left, look. By the time I finish that, it'll be plenty long enough. And it is, again, really nice floofy, no not floofy, swooshy, drapey yarn, which I like. And it's heavy, you know, it's got some weight to it, it's going to stay put, but it's not too warm. Did you hear the cat then? She wants to come in. I'm not going to let her stay, I don't think. She just gets in the way. And she can hear me talking and she's shouting at us through the door now. But yeah, it's not too warm, so perfect for, you know, late summer evenings, early autumn. Probably, knowing me, I get really warm whenever I walk anywhere, so during the day in winter. And yeah, springtime, and it will just, it's lovely. So I probably will keep working away on that. I'm not going to set a target for it this time because I've got lots of other things in mind. Okay, just show you a bit more of the colours while I'm attempting to hold it up. It's escaping me. Come here. Come here. Yes, I've got quite a lot else on, so I probably won't. I'm not going to set a target. Now it's getting caught in my ring. Obviously. What am I like? What am I like? I've got properly tangled. I'm just going to take that ring off, I think. There we go. Never wear tension rings while you're trying to show off things that you've crocheted, because they get stuck. That's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to hold the yarn in place. Yes, they are, Eris. I can hear you. Maybe I will let her in. But bear with me, I'll just finish folding this up. What was I saying? I've completely forgotten what I was saying. But there it is. Yes, no, that's what I was saying. I'm not going to set a target for it because I've got other things to do, which I'll tell you about in a bit. I'll just pop this away, but I probably will do a little bit here and there. So if I do, again, I'll leave a marker in to show where I'm at this time, and then work, you know, you'll be able to see how much I've done in between, if I do get any done. Right, hold on a minute, I'll just let the cat in. Hi, eating up. Right, I'm back. The cat is in the room. I don't know if she'll come up and see us, but she might do. Last thing to show you, and then just a bit more chatter, so some of you won't care, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Last thing to show you, possibly the cat. No, she's not coming up. I've started making pumpkins. Autumn is on the way. I am so ready for summer to be over, and I'm fully embracing the fact that it's, what, 2.5 months to Halloween. Ah, here she is. Here she is. No, don't just stand in the way, and don't show people your bum, and don't drink my drink. Come and say hello properly. Come and say hello properly. Yeah? Come here. Ah, no, that didn't work. There we go. There we go. You saying hi? Yeah, that's a big light, isn't it? There we go. Yeah, you see, you don't want to be up here, do you? You want to go down there. There we go. Pumpkins, Halloween. So I've got a load of semi-natural coloured pumpkins, pumpkin coloured pumpkins on my shop already, which is on the Made Me platform. Again, link in the description. And so recently I have been playing about a bit with shape and with colour. I thought I'd try and get together a bunch of different colour schemes, like a pastel set and a really bright set and ones with variegated yarn and maybe a really dark spooky gothy set if I can find enough yarn. You'd think I'd have a load of yarn like that, and I don't. Hey, that's life, I guess. These first three, I'm not sure about the shape of them. Oh no, wait, that's a really good one. That's the really good one. What am I looking at? That one. There we go. But I like how the colours have worked out. So I've got one. I'm not going to tell you any of the yarns for these, they're just bits I've pulled out of my stash. But that one there is a variegated one. I really like how the colours have worked on that one. That way, sorry, there we go. You can see the bottom as well, tilt it that way. There we are. Sorry, I'm watching my screen so I can see what I'm showing you, that's why I'm not looking at the camera. Oh, and the stems, I love these. I hate making the stems for pumpkins. They're just so fiddly and I never think they look right. So I bought a bunch of plastic ones off Amazon. And they're really cool. They're really, really cute. They're all different shapes. So yeah, that's the first one that I did. And the shape's okay, but I'm not quite happy with it. But I really love the yarn, so I'm definitely going to make more with that. Oh, I do know which yarn this one is. This is one of the big self-striping cakes from, is it Karen Cakes, I think? Different stalk on that one, a little swirly one. And yeah, I really don't like the shape on this one. Some people I'm sure will, and that's great. But I'm not so keen. But again, I quite like that it's 3 different colours as you go round. So you could have it like that, you could have it like that, or you could have it sat like that, and you've got 3 completely different effects. And again, that's the bottom for you, so you can see how they break up as they go around. So that's not particularly neat, but never mind, it's only a pumpkin. And then this one, I really, really don't like the shape, but I like the colour. I like that it's a very plain, I suppose it's quite a squished pumpkin. And it's quite small. It's a nice plain one, and would work really well if somebody had a neutral colour scheme and wanted to stick with that with the Halloween decorations. You know, if you had kind of, well, like my mother-in-law's got, actually, she's got kind of creams and browns, and it just looks really natural and lovely. I think a couple of these on her mantelpiece would look really nice. Better shaped ones, but still. And then these two, I did one of these, did this one last night, this one last night, this one today. And I'm really pleased with how these have come out. 2 different styles of making them. This one is made in the round amigurumi style, for those who are in the know. And I don't know which way I prefer actually, but that one's got a different stalk again, and that one's from the self-striping yarn again. And then I can't remember which yarn this one is, doesn't really matter. And that one's made as a rectangle, and then you seam it together, cinching the bottom, stuff it, cinching the top, which is also, you know, they're both nice methods. I think they both take about the same amount of time. They both make a nice pumpkin. So I think I'm going to do some of each this year. And yeah, I don't know, I'll keep playing around with colours. Again, pumpkins are for sale on my Made Me shop. These probably will eventually join them. And any more that I make. But again, the best thing for me, I love making custom things. I like working on commission, making things that I know people are going to love, that people have asked for. So do get in touch if you'd like a set in any size, any colour scheme, any style. Let me know and I will happily make them for you. And if you're not local, I'll post them out to you. If you are local, I'll get my husband to drive over. If you're really local, I'll walk round. So that is the pumpkins. I've been having lots of fun with that. Again, the nice quick little projects, I can get 2 or 3 of them done in a day if I want to. More than if I really knuckle down. Which again, it's just nice to break up if I've been working on something quite big, like the sleeves for the dress. They, you know, big pieces that take a while. Being able to knock something out in an hour or 2, it just kind of clears the palette a bit, if you see what I mean. And that's it. That's all I've got to show you this time. I don't think I've acquired anything else. It's not time for a Crochet Society box yet. I think my next Vicky Brown's box will be next week, hopefully. So other than the yarn for my Christmas jumper, and the yarn for Yoshi, but that's not very exciting, and the stalks for the pumpkins, there's nothing else has come in, so I can't show you any of that. So that's all the crochet stuff. If you don't want to hear about my life, then bye. If you do, I'm just going to chat for a few minutes longer. I'll try to keep it fairly brief about things that are coming up. Tomorrow, all going well, is going to be a really lovely day. It'll be Saturday, obviously, because today's Friday. And Kelvin is planning to take Ned to the Royal Armouries in Leeds. They've been before, and they'll whiz round it. They'll probably only be there for a couple of hours. But yeah, Ned's asked to go. Kelvin's happy to take him. He's a history buff, so that's his passion, especially not Mystery Hillary. Military history is Kelvin's speciality. So they'll have fun doing that. They're going to go in the morning, and they'll probably be back for lunchtime. But then I'm going out for lunch with one of my sisters. As far as I know, only one of my sisters. Who knows, the others might join us. And my mum. It was this particular sister's birthday on the Monday just gone, on the 14th. And I don't get to spend a huge amount of time with her, just through one thing and another. So it'll be really lovely to catch up with her. It's always lovely to see my mum. And the place we're going, I know I like the food, and they do nice cocktails. So hopefully I'm going to have a lovely afternoon. And then I'll come home and it'll be tea time, bedtime, possibly Dungeons and Dragons time in the evening. I don't know yet. That's to be confirmed. What else is coming up? On Monday, I am going to the next business workshop run by Gemma from the Yorkshire Indie Business Club. What are we doing? What's the topic? Growing your Instagram following, which obviously would be great. So watch this space. I may have things in the works after I've been to that, we'll see. She's always got loads of great tips to share. So, and again, you get a free drink at the bar. So, and you know, I get to socialise with other business people who are local to where I live. So that'll be a nice little social evening. The next podcast that I do, I was thinking I'd just delay it by a few days, but I think I'm going to delay it by a whole week. So it'll be about 3 weeks till the next one. Because in 2 weeks' time, the last weekend of the summer holidays, we're going to Chester again. We've been quite a few times now. And always, every time, we go to the zoo. Even before we had Ned. We love a zoo. So we are going there. We're only going for 2 nights. We'll spend the Saturday going around the zoo. the Friday and the Sunday we'll be travelling to and from the Premier Inn that we're staying in. I quite like a Premier Inn, to be honest. You know what you're getting. But the main reason we're going is because when we last went in Easter, they just had twin tiger cubs, but they were still really young, so they didn't come out at all, and the mother didn't either. So we're hoping if we go again now, they'll be old enough. There's been reports on Chester Zoo's Instagram that they come out to play. People have been taking photos. So hopefully we'll see the tigers. They're quite good at hiding, but hopefully they won't. Hopefully they'll come out and see us. They've also got a new black jaguar, an adult one. So I'd love to see her. And then there's others. There's a baby chimp that was, I think, had just been born again when we went last time, and we just saw him clinging on to his mum. But he's grown up a bit and is up to all kinds of interesting chimpanzee antics. And there's a few other baby animals, and do you know what? It's lovely to see all the regulars as well. It's always a bit different every time we go because it depends what the weather's like, what mood the animals are in. You know, you see something different every single time. So yeah, we'll all probably be very tired when we get back, but it'll be a lovely, lovely weekend. And then, a bit further in the future, I think I've got a market in October. I can't remember. I need to track down the date if I do, because I can't remember it at all. I then have a market coming up in November, 25th of November in Starbeck, which is very close to where I live. And then another one not long after on the 3rd of December in Harrogate. So if you're nearish and can get to those, then keep an eye out for more details coming as we get closer to them. Yeah, if I haven't already got one booked in October, then I'm going to try and book one because it's a good time of year for me. They will be indoor. I try to only do indoor markets just for the sake of my eyes, really. It's just easier. So it doesn't really matter what the weather's like as well. It can be chucking it down and we'll be nice and dry inside. So that's it, that's what's coming up. And the last thing to tell you about is my new set of goals for next time. And of course I've got 3 weeks to tackle these now. So I probably should have done a bit more. But I figured with it being the last 2 weeks of the holidays and then recovering from the trip to Chester, I wanted to not really take it easy. I still want to be focused and be getting things done, but I don't want to put too much pressure on because I do want to be spending time with Ned. Kelvin's got a couple of days off, so hopefully we can all do something together. And you know, it's nice to leave room for just whatever life brings. Something is always going on. So my targets for next time are to finish the sleeves for the dress. Going to do it. To make a little Yoshi amigurumi for Ned, which he has asked for. He's been quite good about not pestering me for it, but it's definitely on his mind. And I've found the pattern now and I've got the yarn now, so there's no more excuses. I can get on with it. I want to start my Christmas jumper. Not necessarily do much, but just get it on the go. So it's officially a work in progress. I am going to list some items in my shop. I will probably, with the time of year we're at, stick to things that are a bit Halloween-y, or at least autumnal. So keep an eye. Again, they'll all be announced on Instagram whenever I add anything in, and I will do it. I will do it, I promise. I will do the notes for Lindsay for making pumpkins. I may also record a video, and if it goes well, then I might make that available to everyone. There are plenty of other video tutorials for making pumpkins out there on YouTube, but I thought it'd be nice to do my own one. So I will get that done, and I probably will make some more pumpkins, well, at least 2 more as a result. And then the last two were easy actually, because they're just looking at patterns and yarn, which I do anyway. So I want to plan some big Halloween projects. One for myself, actually. One isn't even really a plan, it's just digging it out of the hibernation station of old works in progress. So the table runner I started about this time last year, which was supposed to be ready for last Halloween, and I didn't finish it. So I'm going to dig that out and carry on with it. Hopefully get it ready for this Halloween. And then I want to properly plan some more projects. There's a few wall hangings I like the look of. Got a couple of ideas for Halloween and autumnal wreaths. So I'm going to do some pattern research, make sure I've got the yarn I need, and then if I get time I'll start on them, but if not, at least I'll have everything set up. And then I'm going to do the same for baby projects for my soonish to be niece or nephew, I don't know which yet. Yeah, I know there's one thing I want to make, and that's from, I think I showed you last time in the latest Crochet Society box. There's a really lovely baby blanket, so I'm going to make that. And I know I've got the pattern and the yarn for that, so that one's fine. But I also would like to make some little cardigans or jumpers or similar, maybe some booties, hats, definitely. You know, it's going to be born in winter, it's going to need cosy things. And I will probably make a little lovey or a little toy something, keepsake. But I don't know what yet, so I need to do pattern research for all of those. I might find another blanket pattern. Can't have too many baby blankets really, can you? I know you're not supposed to leave them sleeping with them with loose blankets, but you know, if you're snuggling with them and it's cold, or if you're out for a walk with them in the pram, can't have too many blankets. So we'll see. I need to do lots of pattern research. Oh no, what a shame. And then possibly buy more yarn. Oh no, what a shame. As if I don't have enough. I've got, one day I will take you through my stash. There's loads just over there, off camera. I know I should put it behind me, shouldn't I, when I'm recording? Neaten it up a bit. I might do that for next time. I probably won't though, because it's a mess over there at the moment. But at some point. And yeah, one day I'll take you through it and you'll see how much random yarn I've got that I will use one day. I'm getting there. The sleeves actually for the dress, I forgot to say, that's yarn from my stash. I've had that almost as long as I've been crocheting. So that's, how old's Ned? It's probably 4 and a bit years now. I bought it quite early on, and then I had quite big plans for it actually. I've got that yarn in a whole bunch of colours through from quite a light sort of sea green all the way through to that deep purple, and I was going to do a kind of peacock feather inspired shawl, and I've just never got around to it. And then I was looking for yarn for those sleeves and thought actually this is perfect, so sod that original plan. And I'll use the other colours for something else, maybe sleeves for a different dress. We'll see. But that's it. That's everything, I think. Yes. I've gone through my goals. We've gone through upcoming. I've shown you what I've been making. So I'm done. Sorry, I probably waffled on for far too long again. And I've probably been talking far too quickly. So please do, slow me down. I know you can on YouTube and various other places these days. If you need to slow me down, do. I am aware I talk quickly when I get going. Especially when I'm in a good mood, actually, which I am today, which is nice. But that's it. I shall love you and leave you. Once again, Instagram, Facebook, Ko-fi, Made Me Shop. Where else? Here, obviously, YouTube. Other places, it's all in the description. Find me, comment on things, like things, subscribe to this channel, please. Please, please subscribe. I am begging you, and I know that's probably really desperate, but I'd love it if you did. Will you please subscribe? And hey, if I get enough subscribers, one day I can do like a prize draw or something, can't I? And I'm not going to do that if nobody subscribes. So if you subscribe, you might win something in the future. Just putting that out there. Begging over, begging done. And again, if you ever have any custom projects, commissions, etc. in mind, you know where I am, you know how to find me, in the description. Drop me a message in whichever way you prefer. My email address will be in there as well. You know, challenge me, find me something fun to make. Yeah, give me ideas of things to make, even if you don't want to buy them, just send me ideas anyway. And, you know, chat, come and say hi, drop me a comment, send me a message, introduce yourself. I want to say hello. That's it, I'm done. Whenever you're watching this, enjoy whichever time of day it is, whether it's the morning or the evening or anywhere in between. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you've enjoyed watching this. Sorry if you haven't. And I will talk to you next time. Bye!